What's good everybody, and welcome to the first video of this mini course that I've created these past couple of weeks. As well, we do have a very big course which is pretty much going deeper into my strategy, pretty much showing you guys everything that you guys really need to understand with the market, right? Pretty much giving you guys the strategy, the system that I use on a daily basis to approach these markets. Now, in this mini course, right, this mini course is targeted for beginner traders that are coming into the market with zero experience, right? So my goal with this course is to pretty much give you guys all the information from A to Z, show you guys exactly what you guys really need to understand with the market, as well pretty much throwing in a little bit of my strategy. The full course that I have, right, is inside the VIP channel, which if you guys would like to get access into that, the link will be down below. Pretty much in the full course, I go more deeper into what is trading, pretty much everything you need to know to have as well on a daily basis, right? Going into my strategy, going into my entry, confirmations, etc. Pretty much you guys name it, right? Now in this video, right, my goal is to pretty much, teach you guys, especially for the beginners that have zero clue with the markets, right? What's going on with the market, pretty much basic stuff, and then we can go into intermediate to advanced as well. Pretty much you guys are going to see these videos every single day. It's going to be posted on YouTube. Now, one thing that I highly recommend you guys to do, right, since you guys are coming into the market, right, you guys have zero experience with the market. If you guys really don't understand a video, I highly recommend you guys to go back to the video, rewatch the video as much time as you guys can, so obviously that everything clicks into your head and you guys can continue mastering every single subject. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So if we take a look here in the right, we have the Forex market hours, right? Market hours that the market are open, right? The different type of session, and as well the days that the market are open. So check this out. The market is open 5 times a week, 24 hours a day, right? So we're gonna write this down. Make sure you guys are also taking notes. So the market is open 5 times a week, right? And it's open 24 hours a day. The market opens on Sunday, every single Sunday at 5 p.m. and it closes every single Friday at 5 p.m. right? So make sure you guys understand that. Opens up at 5 p.m. on Sunday, closes on Friday at 5 p.m. The market is open 24 hours, right? It's going to be trading every single hours. There's going to be days, right, that the market does have news event, holidays, right? So the market will be closed, pretty much low volatility, which we're going to go obviously down into that so you guys can really understand how the news work. But most of the time, market is open 24 hours. Now, we have different type of sessions, right? There's 4 different type of session. We have the London session, the New York session, the Sydney session, and the Tokyo session, right? Now, every single session opens up at a specific time. So for example, the London opens up at 3 in the morning. The New York opens up at 8 in the morning. The Sydney session opens up at 5 p.m. and the Tokyo session opens up at 7 p.m., right? Now, let me explain to you guys why do they start at that time. The one and simple answer, the reason why it opens up at that time is because the banks at that country is opening up, right? So in the country, right over here where London is at, it opens up at 3 in the morning, right? So for us, it's 3 in the morning here in the Eastern time. In London, it's going to be between 8 to 9 in the morning. In the New York, which is in the US, right, it opens up at 8 a.m. So the bank opens up at 8 a.m. in here in the US. We have Sydney, which opens up at 5 p.m., which in Sydney, which is Australia, it's going to be open up between, again, 8 to 9 in the morning. And then we have Tokyo, right, which the bank opens up at 7 p.m. here, which over there are going to be between 8 to 9 a.m. as well. So the opening of every single session is the opening of every single banks, right? It opens up and then it closes at a specific time, which is obviously the 8 hours throughout the days. So for the New York, we have from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. This is where the market closes. You guys are going to experience this every single day, right? So from Monday to Thursday, you guys are going to experience a 1 hour timeout, right? It's something that I like to call out, which is a timeout. Pretty much from Monday to Thursday, right? The market does closes for 1 hour, right? Pretty much in that time, there's most of the traders, right? They're either closing out their profits. Some of them do hold them, right? But this is pretty much where the banks are closing, right? 5 p.m. you guys are going to experience a 1 hour market close, and then after that, then the new session comes in, which is going to be Sydney, right? From Sydney, then you have the Tokyo session. Now, what is the best session to trade? I highly recommend you guys to focus on these 2 type of session, right? I personally trade them every single day, which is the London and the New York session. And I'm going to give you guys a few reasons why I highly recommend you guys to trade these sessions. So if we go into the London session, right? The London session, the reason why, and the New York session, the reason why I like to trade these pairs, right, is because, or these session is because you're gonna experience the high volatility in these markets, right? The London session is moving very nice, moving left and right, high volatility, and New York as well is moving left and right and high volatility. The Sydney session is in the middle of the day, right? One of my excuses why I do not trade that is because it's in the middle of the day, right? I'm not gonna be standing here in the chart looking at it from London, New York, Sydney, and Tokyo, right? That's not the idea of a trader, right? You as a trader, right? You're coming into these markets, learning these markets to obviously create freedom, to have time to yourself, to do anything else that you guys are doing, right? You come into market, you create your plan, you make your money, you're done for the day, right? And then you pretty much go out, do your client, do whatever you guys are doing in your life, right? But the goal is not to be in trading every single session, right? I personally recommend you guys to trade two session, right? You guys can either trade two session or one session. I personally like to trade two session, right, which is London and New York, right? So I do focus on these two session over here, London, New York. Again, one of the main reason is because of the volatility. Market's volatility, which means that you guys are gonna see opportunity to enter either a buy market or a sell market, right? We're going to Sydney again and Tokyo, right? Like I told you, it's in the middle of the day, and the other one is because the pairs that I trade, the instrument, it's not really moving as much as it needs to be, right? During this time, the pairs that I trade is just simply moving like this, just like that. And we don't want to trade something like this. Our goal is to trade something like this, right? Or like this, right? Which you're gonna experience high volatility during the London or the New York session as well. Sydney, you're gonna experience this. Tokyo, you're gonna experience this with the assets that I trade. All right, so I highly recommend you guys to trade London, New York, right? And then obviously you guys gotta find strategy, which all of this is gonna be programmed in here so that you guys can understand and you guys can actually create yourself a plan. So these are the Forex market hours. Now, if we look in the left side, we have the market assets or the instruments, right? So here we have four different type of market assets. We have the indice markets, we have the futures market, the commodities market, and the Forex market, right? I personally trade these three over here, the indices, the commodities, and the futures market, right? Indices, right? We have US 30, NAS 100, and the SPX 500. These over here, right, same thing with the futures market, which is YM, NQ, and ES. This over here in total is the stock market exchange, right? Which means that US 30 is going to be the Dow Johnson. The NAS 100 is going to be the NASDAQ, and the SPX 500 is going to be the SPY 500, right? The SPY. We look at the futures market, we have YM. YM is going to be US 30 or Dow Johnson. We have NAS 100, which is going to be NQ, which is either going to be NAS 100 or the NASDAQ. Then we have the SPX 500, which is the ES, which is going to be SPY or the SPX 500. The indice market and the future market best works during the New York session, right? So you guys want to be trading the indice and the futures market only during the New York session, right? You guys definitely don't want to be trading these pairs between the Sydney or the Tokyo session, right? Definitely don't want to be trading those pairs. Now we have the commodities market, right? This over here is my favorite pair, which is the XAU USD. XAU USD, it's very good, right? Another way XAU USD is gold, right? This setup over here, or this pair, best works with both of these sessions. We have the London session, which works very nice in the London session, and we also works in the New York session as well. So if you guys do decide to trade the XAU USD or gold, highly recommend you guys to only focus on these sessions over here, the London or the New York session. Now we have the Forex market, right? The Forex market, we have the first one, which is Euro USD. Me personally, I haven't really traded the Forex market for past 2 years already. I've been focusing more on indices and commodities. If you guys do start out, right, I do highly recommend you guys to trade the Forex market. Few reasons, right? One of them is it's really slow compared to these other pairs, right, which is indice and commodities. Indice commodities, they do offer, right, they do pretty much expect to be in a very large amount of capital, right? So you obviously want to be trading a large amount of capitals with these pretty much big assets over here, right? Especially at the way that they move, the volatility in these markets, and pretty much all that stuff that you need to understand later on in this video, which I'm going to go into. The Forex market, in the other sense, right, it is more calm, right? It is more slow, and it does offer you guys more setups, right? Like more setup for you guys to actually get more experience with the market. Over here, let me just give you an example, right? The Forex market, let's say with Euro USD, we're heading to the upside. Euro USD actually gives you guys perfect setups where you guys are able to take a lot of setups, right? If we look over here at the indices and the futures market, these markets move incredibly crazy, right? It's like high volatility. We go into New York session, you see the market doing this, then doing this, and it can either go to any side, right? Same exact story goes into gold. So highly recommend you guys, if you guys are starting now, highly recommend you guys to start with Forex, which is something slower, so you guys can obviously get experience. Once you guys have the high experience, you guys can definitely switch into these other markets over here, right? Now, going back into it, we have Euro USD, right? Euro USD is the Euro dollar, the Euro versus the USD dollar, right? This pair over here, if you guys notice, right, is the Euro versus the USD. Euro USD best works during the London session, as well best works with the New York session. We have this other one, GBP versus JPY, which is the Great Britain pound versus the Japanese yen. This perfectly works with the London session, and as well works with the Tokyo session, because we have the JPY and you have the GBP, which is the London session, so they both work in this pair. Over here, we have the Great Britain pound and the USD pair, right? This one works perfect for the London session, and then USD perfectly works for the New York session. So now that we went over these assets and the market hours, the market time, the market session, now that you guys understand this, we're going to move into the next one, which is going to be trading programs, trading website to use. So I'll see you guys in the next one.